I had a question from a subscriber about chosen people. I will not read out the question. I will let you guys take a look. Then I'll come back and explain to you what is going on. Good morning, everyone. Good evening and good afternoon to viewers from all walks of life. This is nikymus, and you are welcome to the channel of truth, enlightenment, freedom, and the channel of breaking empath free. If you are new, on this channel I talk about narcissism and narcissistic abuse. I talk about spirituality, and I talk about personal and self-development. And if any of that resonates with you, I invite you guys to join us, give us a like, share this video with friends, and you may subscribe if you haven't already. And for those that have always been with us, you are welcome back, and I thank you for your love and support. That was a very powerful question from the subscriber. Why is some chosen ones jealous of other chosen ones? Now, isn't it funny that there is people that are even watching these videos and they are glued to these videos, but at the same time these videos are triggering for them? Now that's when you know that you still have got some things that you're dealing with. If you're watching some videos and they are continuously just triggering you, you know what I mean? And you keep on coming back and they're triggering you and you keep on coming back, you have got to step aside because there is some content that is not meant for everyone, okay? Now, in the early days of my journey, when I started on YouTube, I used to share some very powerful stuff in those days. I still share powerful stuff as well, but in those days, I was starting my journey. And there were some people used to come around and follow me. And then sometimes you would see in the comments, so, you know, they're talking about the chosen ones, so they're identifying with the energy of being a chosen one. And they would follow me for a while, okay? And you guys already know that I don't like mentioning people's names, okay? So I just give you the whole scenario of what was exactly happening in that time. They follow me, they identify with the energy of a chosen one, and then 1, 2, 3 months later, they will kick off. Then now they will start to send very horrible comments on my channel. They will begin, everything will be nice in the beginning. 2, 3 weeks, 4 weeks later, 1 month later, the energy will shift, and they will start to send me very negative energy. Now, I've blocked a lot of those guys off my channel. Now you see, there is a very big awakening happening around the globe. There is chosen people that are waking up, but there is also narcissists that are waking up. I'll repeat this one more time. There is chosen people around the globe waking up, even some have already awakened, but there is also narcissists that are waking up. But you see, the difference is, when a narcissist is waking up and they finally figured that, oh, probably they're narcissist, okay? So they could have gone to a therapist or they could have seen some content online, and they are now coming to that realization that they're most likely narcissists. What they will do now, they will not identify with that narcissistic energy. They will usually, first of all, identify with empath energy. Because remember that narcissists, they always want to be the victim. You know, oh, this one did that to me, and this one did this to me. And now sometimes they're going to, if you don't know these people, how they operate, you're going to think that they're the victims. But actually, these individuals, they were the problem, actually, in the first place. Now, when they come online, they will identify with empath energy. Even sometimes they will actually land on these videos of chosen ones. Now, for them, it's very easy to claim something that doesn't belong to them. Okay, you guys know how these narcissists operate. They can sometimes come around and claim something actually that doesn't even resonate with their energy. And sometimes they are going to say they are chosen ones. But now they are going to realize that they'll continue following up on being chosen, okay? And that's okay. I do not judge people. You guys know that I don't judge anyone. But at the end of the day, they are going to realize that actually they cannot keep up. That pace of being a chosen one is on a different frequency, and they cannot keep up with that frequency. So you know what they are going to do? They're going to now turn around and start attacking those kind of individuals. I've seen this thing on my channel. And even I've seen this thing happening to other chosen ones on different channels around the globe. Personally, as a chosen one, even before my awakening, I have never had any feeling of jealousy. I did not care what kind of car you're driving. I did not care you're driving a Bentley, you're driving a Lamborghini. It was not my business. I would even sometimes congratulate you and I wish you well, okay? A real chosen one with chosen energy is an empath. You already know as a chosen one that thing is not within your DNA. It is not something, even sometimes when you're doing these kind of things, you're feeling very bad about yourself. You're coming around and being jealous of other individuals because they have achieved a certain milestone in their lives. Maybe they have bought a house, or maybe they have bought a car, or maybe they are doing something online, or maybe they have got this big following, and the things like that. A real empath, a real chosen person, you let it be, and you let them be, you let them do their own thing. You will not be coming around and starting to, bombard them with insults and this, or why did you decide to choose that kind of car, or what are you doing online, or that thing what you said is wrong, or this what you said is wrong. That kind of energy is very common to people that actually claim to be chosen ones. Now you see, sometimes it can be very upsetting, you know what I mean? For you to think that, okay, so you have some people that they are actually trying to be a part of your tribe. Even sometimes you welcome them in your circle. And at the end of the day, you're seeing these individuals, they're starting to flip, All of a sudden, they're like, oh, that person is a liar. That person is a liar. This person is doing this and the person is doing that. I've even personally, sometimes in the beginning, I've seen some guys come around and they say that I was the narcissist. Oh, that person is the narcissist. Oh, look at another one. Look at another one. But on a very closer look at these individuals, you would see, and I would understand where they're coming from, okay? Because you see, this thing can be divided into so many parts. These individuals can be actual chosen ones. Probably they're in the early days of their awakening. And they're in the early days of their journey. And sometimes they're still doing a lot of work on themselves, okay? And they may really be chosen ones, okay? That are just in the early days of their journey and they are just trying to do some discovery, self-actualization and realization about themselves. And they are learning a lot of things, okay? But at the same time, they have awakened. And they're not coming from a good place, okay? They have been probably under abuse. They have been going through different kinds of traumatic experiences. And sometimes there is so much work that they're doing on their lives. So sometimes, because of the ego, because remember that I've told you guys, the healing work takes a lot of time. So the reason why you see sometimes chosen ones coming around and attacking other chosen ones, it can be chosen ones that actually they have not healed. They have so much work to do on themselves, and sometimes they're at the beginning, okay? And you do not have really to judge those individuals. So me, what I used to do in the beginning when I used to see these people, I just used to get them off the channel, delete them and remove them, and I would allow them to take some time outside and heal, okay? So when they are ready and they feel, okay, so there's some work they have done on them, so they can now come back and follow us. But normally, I've just removed those kind of individuals because they have been usually spreading, not many of them, I do not say many of them, there have been some of them, spreading negative energy and trying to make you think and doubt yourself that what you're doing is not the right thing. So those are the chosen ones that have not done any work on themselves. It's just the beginning of their journey. They have awakened, yes, they understand their empaths. But at the same time, the trauma is too much within their system and they have not yet started the healing journey, okay? So you guys have known that all this entire time I've emphasized you guys to heal. Because you see, when you start to heal, you will start to understand a lot of things around you. And you start to understand a lot of people's energy around you. So they are in the early days of their journey. They are starting to heal. And now they are realizing that actually there is this other chosen one that has done so much work on themselves, you know what I mean? And they have not even started. And sometimes they are thinking that, okay, probably that guy is a liar, or probably it's like this. Probably those people, they're probably narcissists, or they're like this, or they're like that. So sometimes you will see a lot of these accusations, which sometimes, most of the times, they're even false. I do not say all the time it may be false. There could be sometimes right on talking about different types of chosen people, or accusing them of things like that, or being even sometimes being jealous about them. It could be right in a few case scenarios. But most of the time, ladies and gentlemen, if it's a real chosen one can identify another chosen one energy. In the early days of my journey, I didn't have any followers, you know. I had a few of them, 5, maybe 6, maybe 11, maybe 10. I had a few followers in that time. But I got a lot of inspiration from the chosen ones who have already awakened before me, okay? I followed a few chosen ones online that I would know these people, they're actually talking my language. They are speaking my language, regardless of what was happening in that time. I knew that actually if I learn a lot of things, a few things from these people, a lot of things from these people, it could get me somewhere as well along my journey. And believe me, ladies and gentlemen, it worked. I have never learned something from someone, and at the same time I'm criticizing what they are doing. I'm learning from them. You remember, you know, that's the whole thing which confuses these individuals, because they are learning from you, but at the same time you're triggering them. You know what I mean? So you are saying something that they are learning from you. They are learning a lot of lessons from you, but at the same time there is things that you're doing or you're saying that is triggering for them, and they cannot handle the energy, because at that moment, ladies and gentlemen, and the only person who can handle real chosen one energy is a person that is willing to do the work to heal themselves, or they have actually healed themselves. When you meet that kind of chosen person, you will know that this guy is my family. But they are at a certain level of their healing journey, and they are really putting a lot of work on themselves. Ladies and gentlemen, you do not just wake up one day and you come on YouTube and you wake up with 10,000 subscribers or 100,000 subscribers. I'm just giving you an example of this kind of cases. You do not just wake up one day and you all of a sudden have got 100,000 subscribers. There's a lot of work to be done. And the people that have also inspired me on this journey, they're the people that are already doing this thing that I'm doing at the moment. They have even been there before me. So they have really inspired me, and I've never ever in my entire life, unless I felt that somebody was actually having a lot of narcissistic energy within them, that's when I used to give them a distance. I would get away and just move the other way. But at the same time, I would simply recognize a chosen person's energy. Now, when you're seeing a lot of this jealousy coming around online, and a lot of people are starting, you know, this chosen one, then they are fighting against the other chosen one. They are claiming to be chosen, okay? But at the same time, they are fighting against other chosen ones. I do not believe in that kind of energy. Either somebody is a narcissist, and they are simply claiming to be chosen ones. It cannot happen in that way, okay? Because that kind of energy is from very low vibrational people. That kind of energy of being jealousy, you know, those kind of jealousy, envy and stuff like that. Why is that one doing better than me? Why is this one having a lot of followers? Why is this one, you know, that kind of stuff. On my channel, I never come around and I'm looking for followers. I just do my stuff. The right ones come around and find me, okay? But sometimes you see a chosen person can become jealous of another chosen one, because you see, we do not have the same kind of anointing, okay? But regardless of what our anointing is, my anointing may be different from another person's anointing. We are all gifted in so many different kinds of ways. And me as a person, I appreciate what other people are doing in their own category, in their own way. So they're in their own lane doing their own thing. I do really appreciate those kind of individuals, because at the end of the day, they're still making a difference in somebody else's life. So if I came around and I told you that, oh, you look at this chosen one, they are doing this and I think they are lying, oh, this and this, that kind of stuff, and I start actually putting a lot of these accusations on them, it would actually mean that either I'm a person who is really, really struggling with healing, I have not done a lot of healing, and there's a lot of traumatic experiences. This trauma is like coming out to the surface, and sometimes you're projecting it onto other people that have already done the work. Or another thing can happen whereby it could be a person that is a narcissist, okay? And sometimes they're trying to hide in that image of being a chosen one. And now they're using that thing to criticize and sometimes to bully other chosen ones online. Or sometimes wherever they find them. You know what I mean? Now, you guys have to understand something. I may have to do a whole subject on this topic, but you have to understand something as well. Chosen ones do not necessarily have to be spiritual. A chosen person can be religious, okay? There can be another chosen person who is spiritual. There can be another chosen person who doesn't even believe in anything. You do not have to be lying with the Bible on your bed to be called a chosen one. So a lot of times I used to get out of criticism in the beginning. You know, people used to come around, oh, how can you be chosen and you don't even read the Bible and you don't even know anything about Jesus and all those kind of things. Ladies and gentlemen, I have lived all my life as a Christian. I was born a Christian actually. I have lived in a Christian family. I've usually even sometimes gone to church. But I discovered religion was not for me. And there's nothing wrong with that. For you being a chosen one, it has got nothing to do with religion. So there are sometimes people who used to come around, they say they are chosen, or they are following and things like that. And then you would see them all of a sudden, they would flip. Oh, how come you don't even believe in God? This and this. And then they started to reading some scriptures of the Bible, some Jesus stories, and some of them came around telling me about Yahweh and all these kind of other religions. Ladies and gentlemen, this has got nothing to do with religion. Okay? I fully understand that there is these people, they sometimes are spiritual. There can be also some of them who are actually religious. And there's nothing wrong with that completely. Everybody can do their own thing as long as they are helping make a difference in the world. Because you see, it doesn't always mean that because people are chosen ones, they have got to be on the similar frequency and they have got to be on the same path. Okay? There can be chosen one who is helping somebody in their religious way. They may be sometimes quoting things from the Bible, maybe sometimes, because they may have a very strong religious background. But there can be some other times chosen ones who are simply spiritual. They just believe in themselves, okay? They do not have to follow or stand behind any religion. But at the same time, when you're talking about spirituality, there are also chosen ones who are actually just simply spiritual narcissists. Ladies and gentlemen, when I encountered a spiritual narcissist back in the days, that is when I knew that it's very easy for somebody to fall in the trap if you do not really know what time it is. I've been a spiritual person for a couple of years now, okay? I like meditation. I like being out in nature. I like, eating healthy. I like working on myself. I like to do the inside work, okay? Sometimes religion puts you to do the outside work, but me, I'm a person who does the inside work, okay? But at the same time, when I met this individual, I would even sometimes think that, oh, all of a sudden the universe has remembered me. They have sent this person along my way, okay? They would meditate the same way I would do. They would do spiritual work the same way I do. But actually, there's a difference between dark spirituality and normal spirituality. Spirituality which is actually improving yourself and helping others. But there's also spirituality which is actually using using other people's energy for your own benefit. That kind of stuff. There are some kind of those kind of people, and sometimes you will see them. They will call themselves chosen ones. But when you're looking very close to what they are doing, what they're really doing behind the veil, you are seeing that these individuals, they are simply spiritual narcissists who don't even understand the real meaning of being a chosen one. Okay, so all these things have got levels to this. I personally know that there are some chosen ones that I've seen along my journey. They have got a bigger anointing than me. But at the same time, God decides what anointing to give you in your life. Okay, so you may have a less anointing than the other one. The other one may be gifted in a different craft. You may be gifted in a different craft. But at the same time, you're all doing almost a similar thing. You're helping raise the consciousness of the planet, okay, of the masses out there. I may be blessed with the gift of knowing that simply narcissism is spiritual. I may actually have the confirmation. I may even have the receipts for that. But there can be another chosen one who doesn't understand that, because they have got a different anointing and a different gift in other categories that I do not have personally, okay? So that's why sometimes you see these chosen ones, sometimes the ego is coming in, okay? The ego is coming in. Sometimes they're like, okay, how come this other person is doing better than me? How come I do not have what they have? It can kick in a little bit, but sometimes it all comes down to the healing, because any person that has done any work on themselves, they have healed. Ladies and gentlemen, there is no reason for you to sit back and start being jealous about somebody else's anointing. Because the whole thing, what is causing this jealousy, is the anointing that you have got in your life. You have got an anointing that they do not have. So it's what's causing sometimes that jealousy to come in between these chosen people. And sometimes you see them fighting around and criticizing each other. And at the end of the day, they're all doing the same thing. You know what I mean? So this whole thing is useless and is pointless. Okay? If you're a person out there and you're calling yourself a chosen one, oh, I'm chosen and this kind of stuff. And at the end of the day, you do not have any real feelings and genuine feelings for other people. You know what I mean? Even sometimes people that are better than you. That means that actually if you're a real chosen one, you have got work to do. If you are a real chosen one and you find yourself, you're having that trigger inside of you, there's jealousy. That person is better than you. This one is doing this or that one is doing that. And you have that jealousy feeling inside of you. You have got to know, ladies and gentlemen, there's work to do. So the best you can do for yourself is to start on your healing, because there's a lot of healing to be done. Because the triggers are coming from unhealed wounds, okay? But at the same time, if you find yourself, you're claiming to be a chosen one. But at the same time, every chosen one you see out there, they're triggering you. Every chosen one, I've seen recently a person who has claimed, which I will not mention the names, I've done a video recently, and I've told you guys, there is this person that has come out for the first couple of years. And they've been attacking everybody online. Anybody comes along their way, they are attacking this one, then they attack this one, then they attack. A person makes a whole video about somebody in particular. A whole video, entire video, you're a chosen one. You're a person who claims to have an anointing on your life, and you're claiming that for you, everybody is a problem. Everybody around you is a problem. Everybody, that one is in the wrong. That one is the wrong. This one is doing wrong, and that one is doing wrong. And then now you're calling yourself a chosen one. You just have to know simply, you are a person that is not healed. You have got a lot of trauma to deal with. There is a lot of unhealed wounds. You have got to go and really, really work on yourself, because at the end of the day, it's not going to work for you. Even sometimes you might end up, the universe or God, if you're a person who doesn't know how to use your gifts, the universe may sometimes even take those gifts away from you and give them somebody else. Because if you're a chosen one, the only thing you can do is to bless other people that are on their journey and bless their path. Let them find the light and let them carry on with whatever it is they're doing. You cannot just come around and keep on targeting and attacking people for nothing, just because of jealousy and envy, you know? So this whole thing doesn't work like that, ladies and gentlemen. You have got to know that I've given you two case scenarios. There can be a chosen one who is claiming to be chosen, but they are simply a spiritual narcissist. It can be a chosen one who is claiming to be chosen, and they are simply an awakening narcissist. Or it can be a chosen one that is really a chosen one, but at the same time, they are probably in their early days of their journey. They are in the early days of discovery. They are still doing a lot of discovery work on themselves, and sometimes they have a lot of things to do. They have a lot of work to do, and they have got a lot of trauma to heal. So it is just that thing that is coming out from to the surface, causing and triggering jealousy to other individuals who have already done the work, okay? So let me not think about this video in the comment section below. You guys know that I do love and appreciate your support. You may book a session with me if you want to. You can always donate or support my channel if you want to. Everything you need, you will find it in the description below. And until then, I'll catch you guys in my next one. There's Amos signing out. Much love and blessings. Peace.